Thank you to be here on my interview. The first question I have, how does the writing inspire? Like, what is inspiring you writing the books?
I, th- I think what most inspires me is knowing that people are going to read what I write. That's the first thing. If I thought nobody was going to read it, I would find that very uninspiring. But I remember being 14 years old when I picked up a camera and everything was magical, everything was amazing, but also everything was hard. And I spent so many years, I've done this for 40 years now, and so much of that time I spent figuring out things or focusing on things that I don't think really mattered to my photographs. And it was only as I got a little older where I finally realized the incredible power of the creative process of not the camera, but the brain and the heart in the photographic process. And so that's what inspires me, is knowing that I could have some impact with a 14-year-old version of me that wants nothing more than to make photographs that have the kind of power that we've all felt looking at the best photography and thinking, I want to do that. I want to feel what it's like to make a photograph like that.
Wonderful. And your latest book, can you tell us more about it? What did you do there?
Sure. So this is my latest book, Light, Space, and Time. It's essays on camera craft and creativity. And my mother asked me recently, she said, well, what is your latest book about? And I told her, Mom, I said, it's about the same thing I've written all my books about. It's about the photographer's place in making photographs. It's not about how to use the camera. It's not about which lens to use, because there are photographers who can teach about that much better than I can. This is about the creative challenge of being a photographer. It's about the choices that we make. It's about all of the complicated things that go on inside our hearts, inside our minds when we make a photograph. And so that could be what kind of composition, what kind of story. It could be the way that we use our imagination and must use our imagination to imagine how the camera can see, and this is where the title comes from, light, space, and time. The camera sees light differently than we ever could. It sees space differently. It sees time differently. And if we can use our imagination, we can then have almost infinite possibilities for the stories that we tell, for the compositions that we make. And so that's why I wrote this book. And I had some new photographs that I wanted to show the world, and so they're in there as well.
Wonderful. And do you have any other plans for photography you plan the next couple of years?
Any plans? Well, my plans always circle around my next book. So I'm beginning to think about the next book. But my photography has become increasingly centered around wildlife. So I have trips to Kenya planned. I have trips to Zambia. My first trip to Botswana, I'm just beginning to plan now. I'm going back to Zimbabwe. And this fall, I will be back photographing in Canada, photographing grizzly bears. So I have lots of adventures coming up. I'm very excited about them. And, you know, like you, I'm always trying to figure out new ways to do this craft, to take what I do a little bit further. So I'm excited about that too, just seeing where my photography takes me.
That sounds wonderful. We're really happy to hear more about that. So thank you for your time in the interview and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thanks so much.